Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Just some quick updates. The 18th I'm running an intermediate class for tarot online on Zoom. I'm doing it on a Saturday morning, which for many of you will be a Friday afternoon, Friday night. So if you're interested in joining me for that, a few people have been sort of asking me with the intermediate if they've got no sort of prior skills with reading, and I'd say it's probably, you could come along and do it, but I feel like you need to have a good knowledge of the cards. So I'd suggest then, I'm going to run a beginner's class again in October. So I'm sort of thinking now we might just do beginners, intermediate, go vice like a month about bi-monthly. So if you want to do the intermediate class, I really feel you have to either be reading for yourself or your friends, but really knowing the tarot. The intermediate class for me is really about building your confidence, reading for other people, but trusting the messages that are coming through for you. Anyway, that's on the 18th. It will be 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to join us, you can flick me an email. On the 25th, Linda the Psychic Pinup and I are doing an online platform event. What we generally do with that is we do a little bit of mediumship in the beginning, and then we do some psychic readings for people. So we've limited this class to 20. We had 30 last time and we thought it was just a little bit too much, so we've limited this class to 20 people, so we've got a little bit more time with everybody. And that is on the 25th. Again, we're doing that on a Saturday morning, which for many of you would be Friday night for you. Okay, now the next thing, which is really important, from here on inwards I'm trying to get most of the readings that are booked through my website. It has been a little bit complicated up till now, but I now have a calendar on my website where you can book the Zoom or the appointment to Zoom, or the appointment through and the PayPal. So it does everything for you. You just pick the time. The only thing now, of course, is the time is up to you to work out, if you're not in Australia, the time for you in wherever you are. The reason I'm doing this is because it's getting quite complex to try and book in readings, and it takes up a lot of my time. So I want to still keep doing personal readings, but it just makes it easier around. If you want a taped or a recorded reading, very, very easy to do. You just pick what you want and put it through the shop. It seems to be working really well, but is a much better flow for me. I feel like it will also help me be able to do more readings, but in different timing. All right, I'm sure there was one more thing, but anyway, we'll let that go for the moment and we'll get into the reading. I'm going to use the Universal Celtic Tarot for your reading today. And let's see where we're going with this. Oh, how beautiful. What a way to start the day off with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles can often talk about a windfall. It can talk about money coming in. It is, sometimes I see it as something like a long-term job where you can have money over a long period of time, but it's sort of, good money. It can be an inheritance. It could be somebody leaving you money in the will. It can certainly be a gift of money, a donation, some sort of help coming from somebody. But when it's the 10, it's sort of quite substantial because it closes out a cycle at the number 10. So whatever this is, it's really quite a substantial amount of money. But I always say, don't go buying, hundreds of dollars worth of lottery tickets, because at the end of the day, you would only need one if this money was yours. All right, so I feel like for some of you, you're getting a very good swing upwards after perhaps a period of time where you've been in a slump. As much as, we all try to stay on top of things, there are times where things can become a little bit drudgy, a little bit difficult. The Five of Pentacles will talk about you being left out in the cold, but very often it's just us feeling like we don't have the support around us, or we don't have the people around us who would really support us when we needed it. But you see, it's not true, because in the original tarot, the traditional tarot, This person is walking outside of a church, and it's clear that there are people in the church, but this person's feeling sad, bedraggled, run down, unhappy, cold, out in the cold, which sort of always implies that even if you're not feeling like somebody's around during this time, the Ten of Pentacles sort of tells me there is somebody here. This is very sort of extreme energies here. But I feel like what Spirit is saying to you is even when you can't see it, you're always supported, you're always loved, you've always got somebody around you, even if it's spirit, but there is always something around you to raise that level. Okay, so for some of you, you may have walked away from a situation, said goodbye. Five of Pentacles with the Five of Swords is very much that sort of leaving yourself out in the cold, like choosing to walk away from somebody to find your own abundance. So I'm not sure what's going on for you here, but the Five of Swords is what I always call a Pyrrhic or a Pyrrhic victory. It sort of means walking away from something that you don't want to walk away from, but you know it's for your own good. It's a sort of card of winning at all costs. It's a card of, you know, sacrifice. It's the card of letting go of something, but being the winner at the end of the day. Wow, okay. I'm not sure here whether people are walking away from another partner, a person, a relationship, or a marriage. There is definitely something going on here with the Death card, because the Death card says something is done and dusted. And I feel like here you've chosen to walk away from it, even though you know here that it's done, it's finished. And it's very difficult to walk away from. Now, for some of you, you may have a concern about leaving a situation because of the financial stuff, which is quite clear here. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's that feeling of knowing that you're going to have to be alone, and that's the difficult thing to do here. The Death card says to me that something needs to transform in order for you to reach that Ten of Pentacles. So there may be something you're holding on to, clinging on to, maybe not a relationship, maybe a way of doing, thinking, being, a job, a family member, something you're clinging on to here that needs to go, because there is something waiting for you after this, something that you've been manifesting. So it's sort of like looking on the other side of something and seeing the castle, I want to say, but there's a river in between, and in order to get across you've got to face the river, and that's what the way I see it. It feels like one of the tarot cards here. It might be the Five of Cups energy actually, where you're trying to get to the other side, knowing that once you get to the castle, oh my goodness, that sounds like labyrinth now. Once you get to the castle, everything will be okay. But it's like making the journey in the meantime, and that's what it feels like you're doing to me. It's like you're manifesting here. You're manifesting something from your past. You're manifesting a brand new start from the past. But in order to get there, you've got to go through something, because you're being asked to let go of something. What is holding you back from having something? It could be that you're manifesting something in here. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia and remembering, but there's something here that you're still trying to manifest. Some sort of new start that has something to do with your past. But it's sort of like there is some sort of hurdle you need to get through first in order to reach this abundance. All right, let's see where we're going with this. Okay, Three of Cups coming through. The Three of Cups is a card that talks about friendships. For me, it often comes up in a reading when you're dealing with a situation where somebody is already attached to somebody else. It is a card of reunion and coming back together with people. It is a card of celebration. So I'm not really sure why that's coming through for you here. So let's have a good look at it. Okay, something has been finished here with the Ten of Swords and then the Nine of Swords. A lot of swords energy right there. Something has been holding you back from your potential here. There's a lot of thinking. You know, it's funny because whenever I say that, I always remember that person sort of having that epiphany moment where she said to me, I realize today if my mind is busy thinking about this all the time, I don't have room to manifest. And I'll never forget that statement. It's beautiful watching people come into epiphany moments. And I guess as a coach that I've had so many gorgeous moments where I've seen people realize what they've been doing and how it hasn't been serving them. There is something here, some sort of energy of wanting something, but being so in your head about it, it's like you're holding yourself back. But the Ten of Swords after the Nine of Swords says to me that you are moving forward, even though it might feel like you're stuck. Even though you may feel like you're waiting for something to come in, you may be waiting for something that's taking a long time, but I feel like something is still holding on to you here. Leo Sagittarius coming through here, but I feel like, and it could be that you're holding on to a person, absolutely, maybe the memory of a person with the Six of Cups there, maybe a past energy. And the universe is saying here, this, we're going from the 9 to 10, so you're going from this anxious sort of energy into a completed cycle. So in order to get there, you have to release something. We'll get some clarification on that. Page of Cups with the Six of Swords and the Two of Wands. You've got to choose some sort of new direction here. The Page of Cups for me can be about some sort of offer. And with the Two of Wands, I feel like you're receiving an offer here to move in a new direction with the Six of Swords. But somehow or another, I don't feel like this offer is coming from somebody else. I feel like you're getting an offer from somebody. Sorry, I feel like you're getting an offer from, it feels like the universe here. It's like the universe is trying to offer you something so that you can move in a new direction. And maybe you're receiving those messages or receiving those cues, but you're not sort of understanding that you need to move through it. The Six of Swords is here, so I know you're on a new adventure. You're leaving the past behind here. And with that Ten of Swords, it's really clear to me that you are leaving something behind. The Two of Wands talks about a brand new direction, something that's opening up or being offered to you. But the Page of Cups feels like the universe is doing this. Maybe you're doing it for yourself. Maybe you're choosing to go in a new direction, knowing that you need to move away from the past. Okay, I feel like for some of you it's some sort of cycle that's kept you bound. Look at this beautiful energy with the Temperance and the Empress, and then we have the Hierophant. So you're smacking it at the end here with all the major arcanas. Something is about to change here. There is something about to change because you're realizing your value here with the Empress, Temperance and High Priest card. There's a recognition of your personal value. So what are you holding on to, or what are you staying with that doesn't represent who you are now? So you may have done a lot of growth in your current position, and I feel like you can see it's like you're sitting in this energy looking at what you've got in front of you. And I feel like you know what's holding you back, but you're having trouble letting go of it, which makes me feel like for some of you this may be a person. Because it feels to me like you're looking back at yourself, or looking at where you are now, or looking at yourself after going through changes or making changes or understanding your own value. And the energy here is sort of this energy of where you came from. So perhaps some of you have already stepped into this new space and you're looking back at where you've come from and realizing here what you've let go of. But I feel like for others of you, you're still stuck in this energy of your past and still not releasing it, even knowing that you are coming from a much more valuable. It's really hard to put into words, that one. It's sort of like you're in this space where you're feeling really fantastic and wonderful, and then you're looking back at something that is very negative and making you very unhappy when you think about it, and you're spending a lot of time thinking about it, but you're not remembering here where you've come from. Let's get some more cards to clarify it. Okay, so this is sort of the energy I'm getting here. So there's an abundance. It's like you've reached this place of abundance, okay? You come into this sort of beautiful place where you're feeling really good about things, and I can see it here as well. But there is something that just keeps pulling you back here. Something you need to let go of or move away from. There needs to be a change when we see the Death card. You're manifesting something here, but I feel like your past is stopping you moving forward here. Let's have a look what's behind that Queen of Cups. Something is stopping you moving forward, quite possibly to new love, but just being complete and whole within yourself, I feel, with the Queen of Cups there. Something is stopping you from having, oh boy, whether it's having your dream, because I see you celebrating here with this Three of Cups. So I know you want to get there. But in order to get there, it's like you've got to pass go. And that's what's holding you back. There seems to be this sort of step you need to take that is holding you back from having what you want. And now you can see it. So maybe you've seen the pattern, or you've seen what's holding you, but you can't release it, or you don't know how to change it. But I feel like you're recognizing it now. You may be recognizing a pattern. You may be recognizing a partnership or a marriage that's holding you back. But for others of you, I feel like you're sort of seeing this for the first time here. And maybe you have got yourself into this place where you are recognizing how you self-sabotage maybe. Maybe you're in that place where you sabotage your opportunities, and you're right on the doorstep. It's like you are recognizing being in this place for the first time and seeing it all unfold. Maybe you've become really good at observing yourself in your life. Maybe something's happened and you've gone, that's it. This is the point where I normally run away. This is the point where I normally give up. This is the point where I get scared. This is the point where I pull back. Something like that, but you're recognizing it this time. You're seeing it for yourself in action. Yeah, see, you're recognizing, there you go, that's what it is. You're recognizing an illusion. You're seeing the illusion for the first time. And the universe here with that Four of Pentacles is telling you have to let it go and go towards the future. So that is really, that's very clear. So there's some sort of illusion you need to cut out here. There's some way you've been doing things up until now that you haven't recognized, but because you've increased your value, because you've become so much more aware of who you are and where you are in your life and how much work you've done, this time you're seeing it in a very different way. And it's very, very clear to you how you sabotage yourself. King of Cups coming through with the King of Swords. Wow. And there's that Four of Pentacles again. So I've just pulled the, and the Queen of Cups. So I've just pulled the same cups that Spirit has given me after all that shuffling. I blow away at that. For some of you, this may be a person or an offer from a person here. It may be some sort of relationship where you get to a certain point and you're seeing the differences in your relationships, because you're choosing self-love here with this Queen of Cups. But what I do see here is you've got the Queen and the King of Cups on these ends here. So if this is you and somebody else, there is something you need to cut free here with the King of Swords and Four of Pentacles. There is something you definitely need to let go of. Ace of Wands, in order to have a new start. The Tower coming through. I felt the Tower before too, with the Eight of Cups. There is definitely something you're doing here that you need to move away from if you want a new start. So I feel like for some of you, this may be the breaking down of old ways with the Tower here. But for others of you, in order to get this new start, you have to move away from a relationship or a situation, a job, a workplace, whatever it is. You are recognizing now that it is holding you back. Maybe you're realizing how much you're thinking about it or how much it consumes of your mind, and that's why you're not able to manifest something new here. But I feel like you're stuck. It's like you're stuck in something. Oh, I want to take that one. Okay. This card signifies expansion and the accomplishment and success that come as a result of doing what you love or something that has great meaning for you. You are creating something of lasting value that will be enjoyed by others for years to come. A strong sense of teamwork and fulfillment abound. You are creating something of lasting value that will be enjoyed by others for years to come. So I'm not quite sure what you're holding yourself back on here, but this is accomplishment and success. So I feel like here that perhaps you're denying yourself something that you know is out there because you're still hanging on to what you really don't want rather than going after what you do want. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.